Mention the word budget, and most people instantly tense up. We treat it like an extreme financial diet, a restrictive, miserable process where we track every penny of joy until we inevitably snap and fail. When you try to manage your personal microeconomy entirely in your head without tracking your actual take-home pay, you create a cognitive trap. Every time an expense hits, your brain panics, treating a forgotten subscription bill with the exact same fight-or-flight intensity as next month's rent. To stop that panic, you need a psychological circuit breaker. That is where a zero-based budget comes in. It forces you to assign every single dollar a specific job before emotion or impulse can take over. Sustaining a paycheck-to-paycheck cycle is a behavioral trap rather than a mathematical failure. Escaping it requires a systematic intervention. The most effective intervention, used by millions of Americans, is a framework known as the 50-30-20 rule. This specific guideline was popularized by Senator Elizabeth Warren in her book, All You're Worth. This chart shows exactly how the rule divides your after-tax income. It splits your money into three broad categories: 50% for baseline operations or needs, 30% for your quality of life or wants, and 20% for risk mitigation, which includes savings and extra debt repayment. The advantage of this specific rule is its absolute simplicity. Instead of relying on daily willpower to figure out if you can afford something, you outsource the decision to a permanent formula. The hardest part of executing this system is fighting your brain's urge to incorrectly classify your spending. Modern consumerism is incredibly good at blurring the lines. Take media, for example. Basic internet is a contractual need to function in today's society. But that premium streaming bundle with Netflix, that is a want, even if it feels essential for unwinding. The same goes for transportation. Having reliable transport to get you to work is a genuine need. Taking on a massive monthly payment for a brand new, upgraded car when a used one works fine falls squarely into the wants category. Even food can trick you. Basic groceries are a strict survival need. The convenience of buying lunch out at work every single day is a want. Without strict parameters, lifestyle creep forces those everyday comforts into your needs category, which will mathematically bankrupt the entire system. Let's run a stress test using a real-world simulation. This block represents a household with a net take-home pay of $4,000 a month. First, exactly $2,000 is blocked off to cover absolute essentials. This pays for your rent or mortgage, basic groceries, utilities, and insurance. Next, $1,200 is allocated directly to your wants. This bucket funds your dining out, your hobbies, shopping, and subscriptions. Finally, the remaining $800 is dedicated to your financial future. This covers your 401k contributions, building an emergency fund, and any extra debt payoff beyond the minimums. To make this work, you have to automate the 20% savings category first. If you leave it sitting in your checking account and promise to save whatever is left over at the end of the month, you will inevitably spend it. You also need a strategy for irregular expenses, like an annual car registration or holiday gifts. Within this framework, you use a sinking fund, saving a small portion of money each month for a known future cost so it doesn't blow up your budget when it arrives. By allocating your entire resource pool before a single dollar is spent, you guarantee stability today while securing your financial growth for tomorrow. People generally fail at the system in two ways. The most common mistake is budgeting based on your gross income instead of your net take-home pay. You must calculate your numbers after taxes and deductions. The second mistake is rigidity. Life changes constantly, and your budget must be reviewed and adjusted monthly to survive reality. Fortunately, you don't have to track this on scrap paper. You can build a simple spreadsheet for complete control, or use automated zero-based budgeting apps like YNAB, Mint, or EveryDollar to categorize your spending in real time. Zero-based budgeting apps like EveryDollar are particularly popular with followers of strict financial planning advocates like Dave Ramsey. While a budget can feel like a cage, mathematically securing your survival and your future first grants you permission to spend that 30% on wants, completely guilt-free. It is the ultimate personal logistics engine, turning chaotic, stressful income into predictable financial peace. If you want to know how to maximize that 20% savings bucket, hit subscribe and join us for our next video where we break down the most effective strategies for debt payoff.